Morning, everybody. Welcome to those joining live, and hello to those who are catching the recording of this webinar in advance of the China-European Marketplace 2023. I'm Aaron Wiltshire, the Director of Events at ETOA, and I will be joined in Shanghai with my colleagues Karen and Elisa. The three of us will be helping facilitate everything on the ground when we head out there next week. So we all look forward to seeing you there. This is a webinar just for the suppliers today. If you have any questions, then please do drop them in the chat, and I'll try and answer them live, or if not, I will get back to you after the webinar itself. So this is just really on practical matters ahead of the event. And again, some of you have been to the event before, or this may indeed be your first time into China. So we're here to make that as smooth as possible. So I'll quickly run through some of the practicalities ahead of the event, quickly touch on the matchmaking process, and then a quick overview of the buyers. And as I said, if you have any questions throughout, then please just give me a shout in the chat and then I'll get back to you. So I guess fundamentally ensure that you are ready to get to China. I think we are all there with the various visa invites, etc. So just check with the local options. I think there was an announcement about the departure test changes just yesterday. So I think we're all clear for that if you're flying from Europe to China. I think everything should be as straightforward as possible compared to how it has been. So we will be finalising the hotel rooming list today, so there is still a chance to add some extra rooms if you haven't already organised your accommodation. So if you need to book somewhere, then do let us know. We still have some rooms ready in our allocation if we can book those up today. For those of you who had already booked, you will have your confirmation, but the precise confirmation numbers will be sent out hopefully by the end of this week, at latest early next week. So that's the final confirmation number to aid your check-in. If you have a transfer booked with us and via Select Holding, please make sure that you've liaised with them to confirm your arrival and departure times and details, just so that they have those on file. After having booked with us, that is now directly organised by Select Holding, so they are your main contacts for that. Again, if you need those services, do let us know. You will have seen an email from my colleague Christine about access to ITB. So this is the requirements from their side. So unfortunately, I can't really help with the extra details needed. So if you're expecting and require your visitor badge for ITB Shanghai, which starts the day after the China-European Marketplace, please reply to her directly with those details, and we'll get those badges sorted. So that means there's a kind of an express queue upon arrival where your badge will be ready to collect following the submission of those details. So if you haven't already done that, please, that is not automatic. It is still possible to get them upon arrival, but it just will speed up the access in the morning of ITB China. You may have seen that there's been an extension to the schedule of the day because of the success. Obviously, when we launched this event for this edition, we weren't sure the demand and the flexibility of going back to China this quickly. So we've exceeded the expectations of the buyers and the suppliers who will be attending. So we've actually extended the day in terms of the number of appointments. So there'll be 26 scheduled appointments, kicking off the first appointment at 9:30 through till 5 o'clock. So I'll speak briefly in a second about blocking off any time if required, but that's just to get out there that compared to as previously advertised, there's a slightly extended day, both earlier and I think half an hour later. And then in terms of just the headline practicalities, this is a save the date for next year's edition. So this event has always aligned with ITB China in order to help everybody make the most of the opportunities out in Shanghai. We will be pinging back to a May date for this event. So we'll be back in Shanghai relatively soon. So this is a save the date for Friday, the 24th of May. ITB will be kicking off on a Monday. So we're going to put our event the preceding Friday, and we will be offering a program for those interested, not necessarily in Shanghai, but in the surroundings for those who want to make a weekend of it and bridge the gap between the two events. So that's to save the date for Friday, the 24th of May next year. So I think a lot of people have already made their choices. There are only a few on the supplier side that haven't done so. These choices are still open until Friday. So the process from here on in is that will remain open, and there's been a few changes and updates to some of the buyers. So I would encourage everybody to return to that list, even if you've done your choices, just to do that final check and review. So that will be open until close of play London time on Friday, and we'll do the matching and send out your provisional lists by lunchtime or just after lunch on Monday. So you've got a good few days to prepare. Your provisional list, much like all of our other workshops, will then be the finalized print off that we provide you on the day of the event itself. So do revisit that portal, and I'll just do a very quick demo in case you have not visited or you may have missed some of the functionalities on that platform. So I'm just sharing somebody's choices here. As you all know, you go into the portal, there's an explanation there of what to do. At this event, you have not only standard choices, but enhanced choices. So make sure to add choices into both. You can use the filters that we have, and these are from the perspective of the operators and whether what they're looking for matches what you're offering. So you can select those, or if you want to look at the whole list, you can see the full list there. For more information, hit the I when we have some profile details on here about what they're looking for, what their objectives are, and etc. So then you can add them across to your standard lists. And I think you should be able to add, maybe this person doesn't have enhanced choices. If you do, make sure that you hit your up to 27 standard choices and 3 enhanced choices. So those enhanced ones are just your top priority preferences, and we'll endeavour to match those as much as possible. So make sure that they are as complete as possible, up to the complete 30 that you have, and then in order of preference as well, including those top 3 enhanced ones on there. They'll save automatically, but you can also return to this portal as many times as you like between now and the event. And it's just your final choices submitted at the very end that is the one that counts. So as I said, we will then do the matching on Monday morning and publish your provisional lists then. As I said, we have extended the day, so that's from 9:30 till 5. So if you already know that you need some time blocking either at the beginning or the end of that, please let us know in advance. That makes the matching a lot easier in advance if we already know to condense, otherwise we have to unpick all the matches and put them in the time that we know. So please reply to the support@celestina.travel email with the information if you need that blocked. Just prepared recently, I've not sent this out yet, which I will share. Let me just share in the chat. There is a PDF document that I'm sharing now, which includes profile information. It's kind of a PDF directory of all the buyers. So you may like to use that alongside any matching process as a review. There's still a few buyers that are missing their profiles, but we'll endeavour to have those online as soon as possible. So that's a useful resource to have whilst you're doing your matching, and then also maybe in preparation for your meetings once they are assigned. I think that's it on my list. In that document is an overview of the profile of the buyers that are attending. So in terms of the type of product that they sell, where they're from, and their interest in terms of the destinations that they are looking for and the product types, which I think well aligns with the suppliers that are represented in the workshop. So as a reminder, on the day of the event, the operators will be seated, we'll provide a table plan, and you as suppliers will move around the room in line with the agenda. So it will be a busy day because the ratio is quite tight in terms of the number of buyers and suppliers. So you should anticipate quite a full agenda on the day itself. So there are a number of operators. The way we've done it in terms of interpretation, we've checked with all of the operators in advance, and those who need that extra assistance with the language, they will be provided with the interpreters. So they're attached to the buyers rather than any suppliers in the rooms itself. You've either booked with us a primary ticket or a primary and secondary ticket. So that secondary ticket is for the access for a colleague. If you do intend to bring a colleague, you need to let us know in advance, because there is a fee for that additional person. So access will only be granted to the people who have badges ready, and we'll prepare those for all registered primary and secondary. So if you think you're going to bring a colleague, that might be some local representation, or an additional colleague, please let us know in advance and we can get them booked in. So I think that's it from my side. These webinars are always just a quick introduction and reminder for everybody as to what to expect. So I'll just stay on the line for a few more moments in case you have any questions. If anything springs to mind after, then please don't hesitate to drop us a line again at that support@celestina.travel email. We will be closing the appointment system on Friday evening, so do remember to go back, check there. Even if you've submitted, I will check to make sure that everybody has access to those enhanced choices, but don't forget those, because obviously that's a real opportunity to highlight your top 3 options of the operators attending. I don't have any questions coming in, so that's a nice quick 12-minute introduction to the event. I wish you safe travels on your trip out to China, and I look forward to seeing you in Shanghai. See you soon. Bye-bye.